Good afternoon. This is Cheryl, Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, talking on Tuesday at 2 with the, I think I called it something different, but it's the, I think I called it, I don't know what I called it. But anyhow, it's the Hey Sports Fan Suite. It's in the mini catalog on page 68 and 69, and I am in love with this suite. I am not a big sport person. If anybody that knows me knows that. Although I do love to follow our Packers and once in a while the Brewers. So, but I don't really know anything about it. So anyhow, but I love this set. I love that it's like a nostalgic paper with using vanilla instead of white, and it's just kind of like old style. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I will show you what I have. If you're joining me, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. If you're joining me later, that's great too. Either way, let me know what you think. And I'm getting all kinds of weird messages here. Okay, let me know what you think. If there's something else you want to see, and let's turn it around and get started. So I'll show you what's involved with what is included in the suite, and then we're gonna do a quick card. So here we go. I'll turn this around. We're going to go for a little ride, so close your eyes if that bothers you. There we go. There's all the good stuff. Okay, so this is the whole suite. So you have it's on the pages with all this great paper. I love the paper. So I'm just going to move that off to the side. So this is the stamp set and the dies. And then in the suite also are these cool resin stars. I love that they're nice and flat. They're in Evening Evergreen, Real Red. I think that it's, I don't know, I would just call it Crush Curry maybe. And Night of Navy. So we have that. And then they also have this twine. So in the Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, and then red and white. So cute. So there you go. So that's the suite that they have. And then the paper, I'll quickly, Malia, do you go on there? You want to lay down? Go on, baby. Okay, dog under the desk. I love the paper. So there's so many nice designs on the paper that I picked a design, a layout that used a lot of the DSP. So here's this one. Here's this nice bold stripe. Here it is if you're a baseball person. And there's not a die to cut these out, but you could, I mean, they'd be easy enough. You could hand cut those out, and that would be kind of cool. All right, here's the stripe again. Here's this, like the baseball stitches. And then this one, which is very cool because the dies would cut this out. Ta-da. So that's kind of a neat option for all the pointy flags. Here we go, that you can cut out with the die. Backside was the stitching, and then here's the baseball. Here's the stars. I've used this a lot. I just love it. Backside is the baseball bats. This I just think is beautiful, so I had to use this today. I love this blue wood grain. I think it's cool. And so on the other side of the wood grain is, again, things that you can cut out with the die. So like that, ta-da. These you could just cut out like that, you know, have them cut, and you can use this to cut them out. So that's kind of neat. Or they have, there's another one. Here's another one. This one is really for that. So there you go. So this would be here. All of the, oops, boy, all of these. And then that one cuts out that. So kind of cool that the dies match the paper. So you want to get extra paper because once it's gone, it's gone. You know how that works. So here we go. And then this is the other side. So the design I picked out is, let's move this off to the side. Ta-da, ta-da. Here is the card that I designed for today. Ta-da. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4 of the different DSP. I chose to stick with the Night of Navy and the Real Red. And then here's the inside. Ta-da! So lots of little accents. So to leave this without having a backing, it looked so plain. So, but I wanted to have just a little bit. So I just have like an 1/8 inch around that one. So, and then here is our happy birthday, which I stamped and then I cut out with this one. So, and then I just cut it. This has if you were doing real tickets or figuring out what you wanted to do, it has little lines here. So it perforates that. So I just cut it on there and I just wanted to use that one. So that's what I used for my happy birthday. I could have gone with this ticket, but I could have, but I didn't. That's not what I did. So this is what I did. I went with that. So they have some cool cutouts. So they have these little stripes, which would be just an indentation, right? So it's not just a cutout. And then the stars, that would cut out all these little stars. So you'd have it cut out and then the back, put the color that you wanted the stars to be in the background. And then you could keep, or if you were doing a bunch of these, you could do like a shaker card. You'd cut out a million little stars. So these are for the end of the flags. And then this number 1, so it cuts out the circle and then it cuts out the number 1 and hashtag. So I did use that on the card. And then you have this big ticket here, die. So that's kind of cool. So here are all my little pieces here, ready to go. So there's a lot of moving parts on this one. So what I generally like to do when there's a lot of moving parts is just kind of get it laid out. So I went ahead and stamped this one, the happy birthday, and then I just cut it off where the perforation was. So that's going to go on there. So I have all these missing little pieces that I can put together. They're not missing, they're right here. But all the little pieces to put together. Now, before I put this one on, this is going to get glued end to end like that. But before I glue that on, I'm going to take this number 1 and I'm going to cut it out from underneath here that you won't even see. And I could cut out the other one from underneath here. I had a scrap piece here, but so we can do that. So because what I did is I used the red circle on the front, I used the blue circle on the inside, and then I just exchanged the number and the hashtag. So the blue went there and the red went inside. So kind of fun. Ta-da. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull those over so I can glue these all together, and I will get that cut out. I'm gonna bring over my mighty mini machine. There we go. And I thought this was pretty cool. I like this little, so this is going to be hidden. So I'm just going to center it because the edges are going to show right on either side of the DSP that I have it on. So I'm just going to crank this baby through one time and then move here's my little letters, my number, and my hashtag. So I'm just going to put those off to the side here, and I can use those later. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to cut the red one in red, so I have one of each. There we go. Just crank it through. Whoops, I'm making a mess. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, now we'll move this over here. See how it just falls right out? I love our new dies. They make everything so much easier. They just pop right out. So we have that sitting off to the side when we need it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all my little pieces together. Now, if you're interested in this, I can tell you right now what my sizes are if you want to know. if you are interested in doing this card. The base is real red. So the real red, so if you jot this down, the real red pieces are 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, Malaya, come on out. Scored at 4 1/4. That's the base of the card. And then this real red piece that I'm working with right now is 3 3/8 by 2 1/8. So it's kind of weird sizes. And then this red piece that I'm working with to go under the blue wood grain is 2 1/4 by 4 1/8. So kind of odd. And that's all the red. Now the DSP, so the blue stripe, I don't know if it's supposed to be blue or the green, but it looks blue to me. The blue striped DSP is 3 1/4 by 2. The wood grain blue DSP is 4 by 2 1/8. And here, this little interesting wider stripe is 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. So the Night of Navy is 5 1/4 by 4 times 2. So one for the inside, one for the outside. And then this piece is 3 3/4 by 1 1/2, because this is 1 1/4. So I just have to remember when I'm putting my adhesive on here not to go down the center because I have a hole there. And this is going to go end to end like that. There we go. Okay. So, and then this piece of DSP, the stitches, I call it the stitches. This is 3 3/4 or 5 by 3 3/4. So it's going to go on top of here. Put that on there. Here we go. So without the layering, it just looked weird. I just needed a little bit of accent. I got some glue on here. I just needed a little bit of accent on there. So then to put it together, I took the blue. This is in the background. So I'm just going to add adhesive and tilt it here. So I'm just pretty close to these edges. There's no right or wrong here. I'm just kind of tilting it and putting it down. And here's my little stripe. It's probably supposed to be evening evergreen stripe, but against the blue, it looks blue. So we're going to call it blue. And this one goes right here. So I'm kind of keeping the edges about the same. And then this stripe, I decided to pop up on dimensionals. Give it some extra layering here. Interest. I think it looks more interesting with some of the things popped up here. So that's what I did. Whoops. It's trying to stick to me. Okay, we'll just peel off the back. There we go. So I'll have more. I'm going to play with this suite some more. So I'll have some more on Friday when we do our follow-up Friday. Here we go. Okay, and then this just kind of went edge to edge so that both of these points show. There we go. Ta-da. Then I had my happy birthday. And I just glued this down. When I cut it out, I made sure I had a little more room here because I wanted to put some of the a twine bow there. And because I have this popped up and I'm going to be having a bow on there, I did not pop up the this little ticket. It's a little ticket, I guess. There we go. So we'll put that on there. Kind of try to center it the best I can. And here's my glue dot. I'm going to kind of fold it in half and just put it where I want the bow to go. The bow to go. Here we go. There. Ta-da. Super cute. So you don't even have to be a sports fan to love this. So now my little red circle, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive here and there. Put this down. The nice thing is that when I put this down, I could sort of line up with the stripe. Make sure I had it straight on there. And then I'm going to put the blue. Here we go. Here it is. My pickup tool. Here's my blue number 1. I'm just going to barely touch that with a little bit of adhesive and just put it right in the spot here. Ta-da. And then the hashtag. Again, just a touch of glue. Doesn't take much. It's going to fit right in there. It's going to snug in there. There. Ta-da. There we go. And then our stars. So I love that there's 2 different sizes. So I put the bigger blue one like right here. And then I put a little one over here. There. And then I put a red one, a big red one up here. Kind of at an angle there. Ta-da. Ta-da. There we go. So let's put that on. So all those moving pieces look a little scary, but look at how simple it looks. And it's pretty clean. You know, if you wanted to have it more, you could make it look a little more vintagey by just maybe taking soft suede or crumb cake even and kind of sponging the edges and kind of making it look a little bit older. But just having the vanilla, I think, gives it a nostalgic look. I just think this is a really cool set. I love, love, love the paper. So here we go. Put this down. And the front is all done. Ta-da! Now for the inside, it's going to layer up on one of our other Night of Navy pieces, like that. And I stamped it with Night of Navy. I'm going to stamp it before I glue my little circle on, because if I have to turn the paper over, I can do that. And I won't be messing up my little circle there with the number 1 on it. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Hopefully I have that kind of straight. All right, so here's my number 1 circle in the Night of Navy. So I snuck this from a piece that you won't even know that's missing, and I just put it up in this corner. Now the base of the card is the red, so I wanted to bring red to the inside, and that's why I used my numbers in my little number 1 that we cut out from the front. And we'll just put that in. It's a kind of a nice little switch. There we go. And then this one, there's a little circle the center pops out too. So I just needed to pop that little center out. Dot. Oh, I have it stuck on there, of course. There we go. Okay. It's so little. And then a little bit of glue here. Come on. Come on, glue. There we go. Doesn't take much. And that's going to fit right in here. It's like a little bit of paper piecing. Ta-da! All right. Now I can glue these 2 together. And the card is done. So last night, this happens sometimes when I get kind of obsessed with different sets. I was so obsessed with the symbols of fortune. So I was thinking last night before I went to bed, and then I was dreaming about a card. So we had somebody that did on my team that has had a big milestone, and we haven't been able to get together lately. So I'm hoping this month we will. But I wanted to make a special card for her, and something like with that. With the crane and the symbols of fortune. So there we go. Ta-da! There's our little cute Hey Sports Fan card. So much fun. So love this set. Take a look at it, 68 and 69 in the mini catalog. So lots and lots of fun with that set. Love that paper. And I'm thinking perhaps that will be a monkey cut kit soon to come. So that's a little heads up. So I was thinking about dreaming about the symbols of fortune. And so I came up with this card. So it's kind of weird. Okay, so I know that they're probably not pink, like a flamingo, but I wanted to do, if you were doing a card and everybody is the same, but one person stands out, that was my thing on this. So what I did is I stamped this crane first, then here we go. I made if I can find it, where did I put it now? I made took a Post-it note, the ones that are sticky all over, and I covered it like this. So I cut it out, and you cut it out just inside the stamped image. So you have a little bit of it showing. And then I stamped all the other cranes all around it. So then you take that off, and then you've got your center crane. So I thought that was kind of fun. So I used Flirty Flamingo because that's what I used on the crane, because that's the color I was dreaming about. I wanted it to highlight around her, so I used Pool Party with one of our brushes around there. And then I did, there we go. But then I decided I wanted to try another one, make it a little bit bolder, same layout. So here's the stepped up version. So on this one, I have Flirty Flamingo as the base. I took one of our adhesive sheets, the foam sheets. Here we go. Like these, the foam sheets. I don't know, do I have a real one in here? Yes. So here, the foam adhesive sheets. So I put that on my cardstock. I stamped my image. I cut it out, so it cuts out everything. And then, so this crane is popped up. And then I used Bermuda Bay to give it a little bolder look, lighter. Instead of stamping the cranes in Memento, on here, I used gray granite. So it was kind of a whispery, shadowy, dark behind. It wasn't as bold as this one, but otherwise the same layout. And then I added some of our beautiful iridescent rhinestones. Excuse me. So there you go. And then in this one, I cut out another crane and had it inside. So this is just a little bit stepped up, same thing, but having that popped up makes it look kind of cool. Hello, Jean. Hello, Patty. So there you go. Again, I'm just in love with this set. And I'm surprised at myself because I did not anticipate that. But once I started playing with it, it was just crazy. So anyhow, that's what I was dreaming about. That's how it came out. 2 versions, plain and, kind of stepped up with everything popped up and a little extra. So there we go. So here's our cards for today and our baseball. Yay, sports fans. So much fun. This is a great suite. So take a look at it. All right, I am going to turn the camera around. Hello, Lynn. Hello, hello. Let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There we go. Oh, there's Cat. All right. Well, that's what I have for you today. All those little moving parts went together very quickly if you just kind of do it section by section, kind of figure out where everything goes and set it aside, set it together, and work on it one section at a time, one layer at a time. It goes together pretty quickly. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow for a new monkey cut kit. So I'm excited. I'm thinking it's, hey, sports fans, but we'll see. We'll see what I have. And we'll see you tomorrow at 2. Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all take care, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.